Christina a horrible criminal. Then she get caught the day after she committed the crime. I was like, you need to stick to running Charles. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chesapeake General Hospital, April 7, 2025. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's episode down below. I said, look, Christina. I was saying that she got caught the day after, but technically, since they still in the same clothes and everything, she got caught. She got caught the same day. She done got caught the same day. They got her on camera and everything. I was like, Okay, y'all. So we're gonna start with Anna and Brennan. So basically, he came to let her know that 88 Turner is after her. She wanted her file, so he ended up turning it over to her. And he just felt like he wanted to warn her because he don't want there to be another commissioner and stuff like that. I said, you full of crap. I said, y'all probably working together. Look, I'm always thinking somebody working together because, come on now. Brennan is clearly, and they still haven't revealed who Jocelyn's supposed to be, I about to say researching. Who she's supposed to be following and what the assignment was. Well, I guess it's too soon to reveal that. But yeah, he was just telling her that he ends up warning her and everything. So she ends up calling the DA there. The DA comes. She talking about something. She going after her because she not going to look the other way. And she talked about Jason. And did she bring up Sonny? Either way it goes, Jason and Sonny. She feels like she turned the other way when it comes to her friends and everything. And she still seems like she going to go after Emma as well. So I'm like, okay, like, is they finna get ready to do a deeper storyline than just her going after going after Anna? I was about to say the DA. I don't know. It feels like it. I was like, look, everybody connected. I'm going to continue to say that because everybody connected. I don't know what these folks got going on. Well, I'm going to just say the DA got a story behind her or they going to give her one. We'll see, though. Trina, Lucy, Kai. They were still talking about the nurse's ball. She was trying to get Trina to perform, and she was saying how she doesn't want to do it again. And then she started talking to Kai. Kai said he would do it. Did they end up agreeing that they would perform together, or was they just saying that both of them was going to, perform at the nurse's ball? Either way, that's all they was talking about. The end of their scene is when Josh showed up and Trina ran to her and they hugged. That was the end of that. Jason, Josh, Carly, Brennan. So Jason and Carly was talking. Jocelyn showed up over here faking and stuff. Like, she just so upset about Brennan and all this other stuff, faking about the truth, just faking. And Jason was asking her questions about the place she's supposed to be. And I was like, was he testing her? Do y'all think he was testing her? I think on Friday's episode, people was coming saying how they think that he was testing her. He knows that she wasn't there. He double checked to see if she was there or something like that. We'll see, though. But yeah, it kind of seemed like he was asking her questions on purpose. I was like, I feel like she's going to expose herself anyways. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, they was talking about her trip. And she was questioning Carly about Brennan and the fact that he almost got her murdered. He almost got her hurt or whatever. And that's when he ends up knocking at the door. But Brennan ends up coming in, and that's when Josh started going off on him about almost getting Carly hurt or whatever, and just playing it off and faking and stuff like that. He ends up saying, hold on, I answer any question you have. I just need to talk to, Jason. So he ends up telling Jason about Anna, that she needs him or something about being discreet. I was like, was he doing that because he actually wanted to warn him or let him know about Anna? Or is it because he knew that the longer Jason stayed there and listened to them talk and go back and forth and the questions about the trip, that Jason would put two and two together? Because Jason be figuring out stuff fast. He definitely do. So what's that? Do y'all think that's why he asked him or told him about Anna or what? Let me know down below. But yeah, she started telling Brendan about her mom and stuff like that. And that's, like I said, he ends up telling Jason that Anna needs him, be discreet about it and stuff like that. I said, he playing the mess. And Jason ends up telling Anna that. Might as well get them out the way. Anna and Jason. So, he meets up with her and said, Brendan said something, I don't trust the guy. I was like, exactly. He stay saying it, don't he? I don't trust the guy. I said, you right, Jason, you right. When you right, you right. But, he was like, I don't trust the guy, so I had to come see for myself. She ends up saying the DA after her, and that's why she was using Emma and just saying that, basically they can't be seen together. So Jason was like, if you have evidence that you can use against me, do it. I said, really? And she was like, and seemed like he was trying to pull back from her or whatever, and she was like, she had no intention to end their friendship. They just gotta, Lord have mercy. They just have to be discreet or, meet up in private. I said, y'all gonna get caught. I said, they probably already following y'all. Already following y'all. But yeah, Anna just told Jason that she had no intention of changing anything about their friendship. I said, look, her and Laura said the same thing. Then Sonny just tell Laura that, if you don't want to meet up with me no more or be his friend anymore, he understands. She's supposed to know. Same thing Anna did on today's episode. I said they love their criminals. They love these folks when they love them. But yeah, what else happened? I think he said something about if we need to meet up, we can just meet up. above Bobby's, his room above Bobby's or whatever. And I was like, y'all gonna get caught. Y'all gonna get caught. These folks is after y'all. I don't know who in cahoots with who. Somebody in cahoots with somebody. Elizabeth, Lucas, Ava. I thought I talked about them already. No. Elizabeth and Lucas was just talking about his day. He ends up telling her about the guy that he met when he was out of town, that he's there. They was talking about that. Ava ends up showing up, and she started questioning Elizabeth about the accident. Elizabeth ends up telling her. Elizabeth just assumed that, she was putting her on notice about Rick. I mean, at the beginning, she definitely was. She was like, we're more than just, client and lawyer or whatever she said. I was like, girl, she don't want him. She want Lucky. I said, she don't want him. But yeah, and she was just asking her questions, but she was like, she can't really remember anything aside from the car going off the road. And she ends up leaving. Wait, what? It's something else I'm missing. What else? Something else. Oh, Elizabeth ends up admitting to Lucas that she actually was using Rick for information about Portia. But yeah, that's all that happened with them, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Lucy came. I forgot to write her down. Lucy came, asking them to join the nurse's ball. Elizabeth was like, well, I got to be laid up for about 6 to 8 weeks because of my leg. She's like, that's fine. That meets my timeline. I said, here she go. So she was like, okay, I'll put y'all down for a duet or whatever. Don't that mean that she want them to perform together? I was like, Lucy. Rick, Molly, Alexis, and Ava. So Rick, Molly, Alexis, they was talking about the accident. He was saying he just remembered something. And I think they was asking him, what you remember? And that's when Molly ends up getting, I don't know if she got a call or a text message. I think she got a call about work or whatever. So Alexis was just cracking jokes with Rick. I said, they was just cool. They just got cool. But yeah, Rick ended up remembering Christina. I was like, how you gonna sit up here? First of all, you told on yourself same day, because it wasn't the next day. It was just the next day for us. You told on yourself to Lucky the first day, the same day you told on yourself. Then you don't got caught. Ava don't figure you out. Rick don't figure you out. What a shame. But yeah, he remembers seeing Christina. I think they end up leaving. I don't know. I think Christina texted and said she needs to see them up in the chapel or whatever. And we're going to get to that last. That's going to be the last thing we talk about. Because what the freak? How you apologize? How you going to apologize for your selfish ways and you still being selfish? Then I'm wondering, Ava, I'm wondering what she going to want. But we finna get to that too. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Then Ava came in. She was like, she went to the... Ava ends up telling Rick that the dude said that the brake wires had been cut. And he was like... they was trying to figure out who wanted to, take him out of there. And they was trying to figure it out. They was like, Sonny. They was saying Alexis and him just got cool. And then I think Ava was the one who said something about, wait a minute. Your car was parked in my spot. It had my name on it and everything. Then they was like, okay, who want to do that? Who wanted to take me out or whatever? So at first they was saying Sonny, but they was like, no. Then they was like, Christina. He was like, that's why I remember seeing her. And they was going over, everything that she said about making Ava pay and stuff like that and stopping her. So then Ava pulled up the little camera or whatever. How'd she get that? But she pulled up the camera that showed this fool staring at the car, going to get the doggone brake wire cutter. The little what's the name of it? I be forgetting it. Oh my goodness. Whatever it was she used to cut the doggone brake wires or whatever. Did they say they actually saw her cutting them though? Either way it goes, she had motive and go to jail. Go to the crazy house, go to somewhere. She done got caught. I can't believe this storyline I already done got there. But yeah, she got the video. So Rick was like, he finna get ready to have his niece nailed to the wall or something he said. And he was like, passing my phone. He was upset. He was mad in the mud. And she was like, now, Uncle Rick. What she said? She was like, basically, they could use that to their advantage. So I was like, okay, is this the part where she blackmails Alexis and Sonny? Or is she just going to blackmail Alexis for that money? Is she going to tell her to give her the money or else Christina go to jail? Or is she going to blackmail Sonny and say, give me some money and give me full custody of Avery? Or Christina goes to jail. Either way it go, I'm like, okay, Christina, if you really regret what you did, then turn yourself in. They gonna send you to Shady Brook. What's the other one called? I know one called Shady Brook. I don't know what the other one called. Which leads me to the last people, Christina and Lucky. Well, we gotta talk about what she said to Molly too. But Christina and Lucky. So, he's telling her, to tell him everything that happened. He basically was trying to get her to turn herself in. Why people, when they do stuff and they get caught or something like that, or the truth come out, they be like, oh, the reason why I did this was X, Y, and Z, or they to blame for this. Or, what did she say? Molly's gonna hate me. Molly's this and that. We just made it. Don't nobody care. What the freak? Now I know you didn't know he was in the car, but regardless. And then I told y'all, she know when to say our daughter, don't she? Y'all ever notice that? She know when to say our daughter. But yeah, she ain't no ready to say Irene or Adela. She talking about say our daughter. Girl, as much as you been saying Adela, you know doggone well what you doing. But yeah, she is crazy though. They was talking about that. He trying to tell her that she went too far this time. Either way it go. He was like, either way it go, it's attempted murder. I said exactly. She over here like, I didn't intend for Elizabeth and Reed to get hurt. I just wanted Ava to get hurt. He's like, that's attempted murder regardless. I was like, exactly. What you talking about, girl? You go to jail. No, you going to crazy house. This where you going. That's what you need to go. This where you need to go. They should. And I think she was saying, she didn't realize, or she realizes now, the impact of accident or the accident can have and stuff like that. And basically she trying to play the crazy card, and she is crazy, but she ain't that crazy. And then let me point out something else that I usually talk about. What I always say, I was like, they never got cameras, and now they want to have some doggone cameras. Now y'all want to have some doggone cameras. You ain't had no cameras when Cyrus over here murdering folks, but you got cameras in the doggone garage to see this girl go get these doggone pliers. But yeah, he's trying to tell her, regardless, you have to take responsibility for your accident. Then that's when she started talking about Molly. We just got cool. At first, like, what did he say? He was like, you've been through a lot, basically saying, like, the accident traumatized her and Ava, everything that she did and the pain she caused, because she was talking about Morgan and everything. They was just talking about everything that she's been through and how she's been handling it. And he was talking about her getting some help and going to Alexis and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, like, he trying to convince her to do the right thing and stuff like that. She went to talk about Alexis and what she's been through, and Molly and what she's been through and all that stuff. If they lose me too, this and that. So she managed to convince him not to turn her in, because at first he was like, either you turn yourself in or I'm gonna turn you in. And she just gave her sob story, and I'm like, I was like, that's not gonna work out, because Rick and them over here about to figure it out, and they done figured it out already. That's why I said, stay working at Charlie's, girl, because same day. Ain't even been a day. Has it been a day? I don't know, because I think they still in the same clothes and everything. But yeah, so she thinks she done got away with it and everything. Nobody know nothing except Lucky. Lucky the only one that know. Lucky the only one. Was she the one that called it 911? The 911. Because Rick and them was talking about, they was like, the ambulance got there pretty fast. So I'm like, did she call? I don't know if she called or what. But yeah, so he ended up leaving. That's when Molly now showed up, and she was like saying she's sorry because she was selfish and she only thought about herself, and she didn't think about Molly's grief from losing their daughter. Our daughter this, our daughter that. Now any other day you talking about Adela this, Adela that. You get mad if anybody referred to her as Irene. She was about to say Adela right then and there, but she changed it and said our daughter. She know what to do. So they end up hugging, and I think Molly was like, you don't have to keep apologizing. Alexis ends up hugging both of them, saying how she been waiting on this. And I was like, for her to sit up here, this what I mean when people be playing in your face. Because you apologizing for that, but doggone well deep down, not deep down, doggone well you keeping this secret from her. Or whatever, talking about she gonna hate you and y'all just got back on good. Girl, please. I'm like, if you really felt sorry, you would have been honest right then and there. Because y'all know doggone well, anytime y'all try to keep secrets, somebody find out and the truth comes out either way it go. So I'm more interested to see now who they finna blackmail. If they finna blackmail Alexis, if they finna blackmail Sonny, or both of them, or if Christine's gonna do the right thing. We finna get ready to see. But yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, have a great rest of the day and be safe.